Hi, it's Maria, and I have decided to participate in Lindy's Stamp Gang's Halloween Fun Contest, and this is what I came up with. I decided to alter a dress form, and this is my very first dress form. I've never altered a dress form before. Even though I had one in my stash, I hadn't done anything with it. And I was totally inspired by several people. One is TheGentleMan Crafter. His name is Jim, and he altered a very large pumpkin with foil and a lot of Tim Holtz products, and it turned out awesome. I loved what he did to that. I just love all of his work, really. And I was also inspired by Leanne from LuvleeScrappin, and thank you, Leanne, for all the inspiration that you give me and everyone else. And Miranda from Liberty 25, thank you too, Miranda. Leanne and Miranda have done many dress forms, and they've done absolutely beautiful work. And I really didn't think that I was even capable of doing anything close to what they do, but I wanted to give it a try. I worked on this project all weekend, and this is what I came up with. I went ahead and wanted to do the pumpkin head, so I found a small styrofoam pumpkin head in my stash, and I altered that with the foil tape, and used a lot of metal brads, as you can see, around her mouth. Those are the silver brads that I used, and a lot of the Tim Holtz adornments. On her right eye, you can see the wings there, and on her left eye, I used the flourish metal metal pieces, and then different brads for her eyes. I used the eye hooks for her ears, and if you can see that up close, great. I made her some really pretty earrings from some glass beads that I had, and some silver pieces, and I embossed her head, and I went ahead and also used the foil for her wings, and if you can see that I used some bats to do my embossing with, and I thought those turned out really pretty. I'm really excited about how well this turned out. I never anticipated that my project would turn out like this. I just kept playing with it all weekend, and I tried to grab as many metal pieces as I possibly could, and yes, I'm really satisfied with that, considering it's my first piece. And I used some Wild Orchid Crafts flowers around her waist, and I'll list those below, but I also used the gesso and the texture paste for the very first time. I've never played with that before, so I used that all throughout the dress form, as you can see. And I used the miniature chicken wire with these cutouts right here that Miranda and Leanne had used on their dress forms, and I backed that with the miniature chicken wire. And I really love how that turned out. I also did her right shoulder, but wasn't able to get the miniature chicken wire to adhere to that spot. My fingers just weren't long enough to do that. And so I went ahead and used some of Tim Holtz leaf adornments to put on her right shoulder. I think my favorite part of the dress form is using the miniature tools, these tools right here for her arms. I really love how that turned out. And I used some brads and some E6000 glue to adhere those to the dress form. And her necklace, I used one of the little vials and a little black heart charm that I had in my stash, and made that her necklace, and gave her a little piece of jewelry around her neck with the flourish corner charms. I gave her a little belt right here with some metal charms that I had. I have a little mouse right here and the little skeleton key there, and then another skeleton key, and I just went all the way around her little belt with that and used some chain that I had. And I'm going to turn this around so you can see the back of her. I didn't do anything with the wings in the back. I just glued them to the dress form. But her corset, I used the eye hooks to make her corset, and used this really pretty orange ribbon and gave her a really pretty bow in the back. I didn't use any embellishments on the cutout in the back, but I did have enough room in there to add a little LED light. So when I turn her, let me turn her around again. When I turn her around, you can see the light coming through the miniature chicken wire. So yeah, I really like that. I used a wooden candlestick that I picked up at a thrift store for 50 cents and painted it black, and used the gesso and the texture paste, and applied it sporadically around the candlestick, and added some of the roses here, and made a little skull stick pin there, and you can see the chicken wire sticking out, and I added some of the texture paste onto the flowers. Now I didn't, one of the requests for this contest was to use the Lindy Stamp Game sprays on your project, but it wasn't required. But I went ahead, I didn't have any of the sprays, and I went ahead and borrowed some of this Scintillating silver spray from a neighbor of mine who is a scrappy friend of mine, and she let me borrow the silver spray. She gave me a little bit in a bottle, so I sprayed the roses with that, and if you look really close you can probably see some of the silver reflecting off the roses. But anyway, that's really pretty. I love the sprays, and I went ahead and made her a little hat, and used some texture on that, and I used an old silver pin that I had in my jewelry box, and I attached that and added some of the roses and sprayed that with the scintillating silver also. And I just made that for fun. I can put it on her head just for fun, but I love how that turned out too. Now the paper that I used was Tim Holtz Ideology Halloween craft paper, and I applied that on the dress form, and I also put it on the inside of her little cutout back here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's all on the inside of that too. So yeah, I really like the way this turned out. I had a lot of fun with it, and they're giving away some great a great prize for this little contest, and I really hope I win, and because I would love to have those Lindy Stamp Game products. But anyway, I want to wish everybody luck who decided to participate. Good luck with the contest, and I had a lot of fun, and I want to thank you for watching, and then everybody have a good night. Okay, bye.